Guys, Corey here. Welcome to today's episode of The Daily Pit. We're going to be talking about supplementing with branched chain amino acids, or BCAAs. Now, you might have seen people walking around the gym with their colourful shakes, guys. This is what BCAAs are. Basically what it's designed to do, and when you talk about BCAAs, everyone always says that they're the building blocks of protein. Now this is correct, but what we're going to chat about today is, I guess, a little bit more in depth of why they're the building blocks of protein, why they are so important, but yeah, trying to keep it as simple as possible as well. Now the big key to wrap your head around, guys, when we're talking about branched chain amino acids is understanding MPS, or muscle protein synthesis. Now what MPS is, guys, is basically the turnover rate of protein, okay? Now what we want to do is the longer we can keep MPS high, the better that we're utilizing our protein stores, okay? We're using it to replenish, restore, and recover, rather than using it as an energy source. All right, and this simply put means that we're going to be anabolic rather than being catabolic. Now we want to be anabolic because we want to build as much lean muscle mass as we can, and plus we want to start to use our fats and our carbohydrates as our energy sources on top of our protein. Now, why supplementing with branched chain amino acids is really good when we're training is because we're putting strains on the systems, okay? We're putting strains on that branched chain amino acid pool, trying to utilize all of that to gain extra energy to keep up the intensity. So if we're supplementing with that, we're basically replacing it, keeping us in a more anabolic position, keeping that MPS at a higher rate, and making sure that we use carbohydrates and fats for those energy sources throughout the training. Now what this is going to do in turn, guys, is it's going to make sure that we're building more muscle, and it's going to be making sure that we burn more fat. All right, brilliant. It's exactly what we want. Now the key ingredient to this, guys, on the branched chain amino acids. So with the branched chain amino acids, there's basically three ingredients. There's leucine, there's isoleucine, and there's valine. Now the biggest driver, guys, is the leucine. All right, leucine is the key ingredient or the key amino acid when it comes to muscle protein synthesis. Now we do get a lot of leucine from different meats and from a lot of different foods, and this is where some I guess protein profiles aren't all equal, okay? So something like pork, for example, it says it's high in protein and it's low in fat, you know, that's what it's advertised as, but it's not really great to be having all the time because it's low in leucine, so you're not getting that extended muscle protein synthesis that you might get from something like chicken. So that's why generally chicken is better than pork when we're looking at body transformation. But to understand leucine, guys, a lot of people say, well, if leucine's so good, why don't we just supplement leucine without the other two? Now, if you start to supplement leucine by itself, studies show that you can start to drain your isoleucine and your valine pools. All right, so if we're starting to supplement with a whole lot of these branched chain amino acids, all three of them, we're going to make sure not only muscle protein synthesis is high, that we're going to make sure that everything else is topped up as well. That's why branched chain amino acids are so brilliant, guys. In my opinion, if you were to have one supplement when it comes to training, it would be branched chain amino acids. All right, you can utilize it while you're working. You can also utilize it throughout the day in between meals to make sure that MPS is as high as possible. So guys, hopefully that helps it out when it comes to branched chain amino acids. Might answer the question of what are those people drinking when they're walking around the gym. It is a great supplement, guys. It is worth your money. Look for something that has a good ratio of leucine to isoleucine and valine, and you'll be out of trouble. So if you have any questions, throw them in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you next episode. Cheers.